Assalamualaikum guys. Today our topic is paired sample sign test. What is this sign test? It is used to test the difference between two population medians when the populations are not normally distributed. As we have already discussed that we will use the non-parametric test and regarding the median values, not the mean values. For the paired sample sign test to be used, the following conditions must be true. First one is data must be randomly selected. Second one is that samples must be dependent. And the third is the only assumption underlying the test is that the distribution of the variable of interest is continuous. How we perform this test? It is performed as the difference between the corresponding data entries uh, is found and the sign of the difference is recorded and later on will be used. The procedure for testing of hypothesis is given. General testing procedure. Difference between proportions will be tested. Level of significance given. Test statistic is sign test. Calculation, we will perform this test by using SPSS or Minitab. At critical region, reject H naught if your p-value is significant, p-value is less than alpha. So we have selected an example to demonstrate how we perform this test on SPSS and Minitab both softwares. An experimenter wants to determine the effectiveness of a certain reducing diet. 12% were put on a diet, their weights before and after they tried the diet shown below. These are the 12% entries. Their weights were recorded before the diet program and after the diet program. Data values are given. Use the sign test at 5% level of significance to test the hypothesis that the diet is not effective against the alternative that it is effective. Perform the hypothesis as the diet is not effective means the probability of a plus sign equals to probability of minus sign is equal to 1 by 2 or 50%. H1 will be then the diet is effective means we have the difference in the proportion greater than 1 by 2. Level of significance alpha 0.05. Test statistic. Sign test analysis, we perform this by using SPSS and Minitab both software. How this is output? First I will show you how we perform this test. We have created two variables, weight before of numeric type, Meyer scale, weight after is also numeric type, decimal 0 and Meyer is set as scale. Data view, then we will enter the data as weight before entry 12 entries and weight after 12 entries. So the steps to perform the sign test is analyze non-parametric test. Just like one sample sign test, we have two options, legacy dialog and then two related samples. Weight before goes to variable 1 and weight after to variable 2. We will select sign test from here, click on OK and then we will get the output. We have copied this output in this file. How we observe this file as there are 8 entries with negative difference, 3 with positive difference, 1 is tie, then both the weight before and after the diet program is same. P-value comes out to be 0.227, the sign test and binomial distribution used. Second option, how we perform this hypothesis is analyze non-parametric, then we select the related sample directly from here. If we select objective tab, we select customize analysis option, fields tab, we will move the weight before and weight after variable to the test fields box. Click on settings tab, select the customize test and then select the sign test to sample. Comes under compare mean difference to the hypothesized value. We will run this test and we will have then this output shown as this. Non-parametric test, the null hypothesis, median of the difference between the weight after and weight before equals to 0. Test is related sample sign test we have used. P-value comes out to be 0.227. Again, it is same as how we perform first analysis, and decision will be retain the null hypothesis because this value is compared with the alpha. Now how we perform this test in Minitab? We will copy these data values in the Minitab softwares just to avoid the entries. We will copy these values, open the Minitab software, then paste this value. This is before diet program weight and this is after diet program weight. So like we have performed one sample sign test in SPSS and Minitab in the previous lecture. We have we haven't the direct option one sign test in SPSS. We have manipulated the data. Now we have we haven't got the two sample sign test in the Minitab software. So here we see we have only one sample sign test available. So we just calculate the difference of these two variables. Select result in, okay, I will do this again. Select store results in difference variable. Expression will be after minus before. Okay, we have calculated this difference variable and then we will apply the sign test on this difference variable, like start non-parametric one sample sign test, difference, test variable is difference. Okay, test median is 0, alternative not equal. Okay, this is our output. We copied this output in this slide. So Minitab output is like this: null hypothesis, difference is 0, gain is not equal to 0, number less than 0 or 8, diet number 1, positive number, positive difference 3, p value is again 0.227. Now we interpret this p value as our critical region is significant, p value must be less than alpha. This is what critical region is. Conclusion will be then, since p value we have the one tail hypothesis that alternative hypothesis p greater than 1 by 2, so we divide this p value by 2, which comes out to be 0.1135. it is compared with the alpha value, which is 0.05. Since the 0.1135 is greater than 0.05, so we do not reject H naught and conclude that diet is not effective. This is how we perform the two sample sign test or paired sign test in SPSS and Minitab. You have seen that the two outputs are same, give you the same result, and the conclusion is also same in the software, two softwares. Thank you guys.